Well, I was gonna ask a clarifying question because I think those two, the way you kind of sum that up is really, really, really helpful. But I can hear the people, and I've heard people say this before, and trying to respond to them. So I'd love to get your insight on this because people are going to say, yeah, but how could enslaving people be love, Dr. Tim? I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand how. Oppressing people or denying them dignity and rights via the law could be categorized as love. I mean, we have this whole discipline now, critical race theory, that talks about standpoint epistemology. So I know that those are kind of two adjacent topics that we could talk about. How do we understand the scriptures, the commands, if we're saying, well, Tim, you've given already that we are really closely related with our moral intuition. My moral intuition says that denying, my homosexual neighbor the ability to marry seems counter to love. That if I deny them that opportunity, then I'm not loving. So I'm doing what you're saying. I'm closely examining my moral intuitions. My moral intuitions are telling me this. How do I then parse some of those things out?
Yeah, so that's where, so if God created humanity on purpose for a specific purpose, and there's objective facts about humanity, irrespective of the subjective opinions from humanity. And so we do have this connection with this purpose, and then the morality that follows. We feel it and we know it, but we don't always know it perfectly. But I mean, there are some things that everybody seems to agree on, or at least the vast majority of people know that Hitler was wrong, that Jeffrey Dahmer was really wrong, and that raping babies is really wrong, right? And the people that don't agree with us, we know are really wrong. So with that said, there's a bunch of gray areas. Now we need divine revelation, right? So if God created us on purpose and for a specific purpose, we don't always know what that is unless God comes in to tell us. And that's why Jesus places you and I and humanity in general in an epistemic position to know reality, to know the facts of the matter as to why we exist, what we were created for, how humans will find ultimate flourishing. We were created on purpose and for the specific purpose to flourish for eternity, right? To flourish in paradise for eternity in a love relationship with God and everybody else. And Jesus tells us how to do that. God tells us how to do that. But a lot of people reject that and don't want it God's way. They sing Frank Sinatra's song, and some want to do this for eternity and say, I'll do it my way, or I did it my way, right? That's the theme song of hell. And God gives you freedom to live his way and flourish, or to live your way and live according to in such a way that will not bring you ultimate flourishing. He knows what's best for you. He created you to have the best. And he, the creator of the universe, entered into the universe to put the humans within the universe in an epistemic position to know why the universe and all of its contents exist, to know reality. So, did I answer your question there?
No, I think that's fantastic, and I really appreciate that insight. Well, I hope you enjoyed that clip of the conversation that I had with Dr. Tim Stratton. If you're interested in watching the entire conversation that I had with Dr. Stratton, you can go ahead and click here. As always, if you are dealing with deconstruction, I would invite you to subscribe. Thanks. We'll see you next time on Dealing with Deconstruction.